Okay, we're recording and we're live on Facebook.
As soon as Mayor Kirkland is able to come in from the waiting room, we'll go. Oh, there's Councilman again.
Yep.
Great. And both. All right. Well, good afternoon. My name is Michael Dowry, serving as receiver for the city of Chester. I'd like to thank you for joining us for today's Municipal Financial Recovery Advisory Committee meeting. Today is April 26, 2022. Joining us here on behalf of the committee, we have Mayor Kirkland for the city of Chester, also joined by Councilman Morgan on behalf of the city of Chester. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And on behalf of Governor's Office, Governor Wolf's office, and the Department of Community and Economic Development, we are joined today by Director Bracy. Good afternoon. And absent for today is Kelly Diaz on behalf of Delaware County Council. Also joining us here today are Vijay Kapoor, serving as Chief of Staff on this engagement, and Mr. Cody Dale, serving as Executive Assistant. All right, good afternoon, gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get started.
Yes.
So after calling this meeting to order, our next agenda item is public comment. And the public took it easy on us, or I should say the public took some time off. We only received one public comment, and that was distributed along with your agenda packet last week by Mr. Deal. The public comment asked that will we consider using multiple streams to view in addition to Facebook. Just want to share that these recordings are also available through YouTube and through our website, www.chesterreceivership.com. So thank you for reaching out, and hopefully the ability to view the recordings after the fact meets the needs of what you're looking for there. Opening it up to the committee for any comments, either in response to public comments or comments in general. Would anybody from the committee like to share?
Do you envision these meetings ever being in person? I shouldn't say ever, but is there a timeline to start meeting in person, or?
At the present time, there isn't. We've been able kind of to better, I guess I'll say, better accommodate the committee members by keeping this virtually. And there hasn't been a push for us to meet, I'll say, through this committee in person, but City Council is going through some AV upgrades that will make that a possibility here in the near future. Don't have an exact timeline on that yet either, but the cameras are up. Wiring is underway. So I would imagine that after a couple of trial runs with City Council meetings, maybe they'll entertain allowing some other entities or bodies to also conduct public meetings in using the same tech. But at this time, no, we don't have a push to go in person, but we can certainly revisit that as the committee would like. All right, well, moving on to our next agenda item, and that's the status of the receiver's recovery plan. For that, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Kapoor to provide a general update.
Thank you, Mr. Receiver. Good afternoon to the committee members. Good afternoon to the public. Very short update here as the receivers team and the city staff continue to work on a variety of kind of operational, financial issues that we will certainly keep the public up to speed on. The one item that I did want to particularly call out is that based on some great help from the city solicitor's office, we will have the next council meeting, the issue of hazard pay will be provided to, at that point, it's on the agenda. I'll leave it to the electeds to speak as to what may or may not happen there. But to have hazard pay provided to all employees, including the police officers tomorrow. That's on the agenda. Certainly up to council to do so, but a lot of the work that needed to be done to make sure that this was ARPA compliant has been completed by the solicitor's office, and that is again on the agenda for tomorrow. And again, I'll let the elected speak to that if they wish. The only other issue that I'll put out there, and this is really more in the future, at the next MFRAC meeting, we have been working on better understanding kind of the scope and the severity of the pension issues, particularly as it relates to how much money the pension funds really need in order to to be at a solid funding level. I anticipate the first MFRAC committee meeting in May. We'll be looking at that issue. And so I just want to put that on the agenda, just as well for the committee members as well as for the public. But Mr. Receiver, members of the committee, that is the update that I have.
And as always, thank you, Mr. Kapoor. Any questions, any comments from the committee?
No, I'll just second what Mr. Kapoor stated as far as everyone working together to get the resolution together with all of the information that needs to be included in the resolution for the hazard pay. As Mr. Kapoor said, it is on the agenda for tomorrow for council, mayor and council's consideration. We are, the finance team is prepared to do our reporting on the American Rescue Plan by April 30th. And this is one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we had some form of a policy or resolution with the city of Chester for the hazard pay or premium pay that has been provided to the employees. So again, just thanks to everybody for the collaboration and working to get those efforts, working to get this together.
And if I may, Mr. Receiver, follow up both of those gentlemen. We are, at this point in time, there is no negative responses to that resolution. So we look to move that resolution on tomorrow.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. And if I could just piggyback, Councilman, I thought you might share this, but, and I'm not going to say a date. I don't want to hold us to a specific date just yet, but do want to mention that with all of the, with ARPA, we are in the process of developing a budget, and with so many projects to consider, so many different ways that this money can be spent or utilized, but then also so many restrictions and covenants to follow with the federal government. It's taken us some time to put together a draft budget, but I think we're pretty close to sharing something here publicly and have a target of May of next month of hosting a public meeting and presenting that to the public at large. So look forward to soliciting your feedback and input and incorporating that into our thought process as we move forward. So moving on, I guess I'll just add one more comment and kind of consider that as the receiver update, our next agenda item. I want to give a shout out or celebrate a milestone in Ethel Waters Park turning 50 on April 30th. So just definitely a significant day, and hope that the city turns out to celebrate that in some shape or form. And I did see that Councilman Roots is having a paint party this weekend as well. I believe that's a different court, but we'll also share the details of that on our website. And I'm sure the city has access to that as well. Councilman or Mayor, do you recall the details on Councilman Roots on the Parks Initiative, I should say, and the paint party that they're having for a basketball court?
I'm thinking that the court that's in question is the one, and help me out here, Councilman, in Sun Village.
Right. Yes.
That's
Sun Village Park, and they're calling, I guess, different organizations out and asking them to participate in the paint party. I guess if you can paint or not, to show their skills and just promoting the positive in the city of Chester.
Yeah, Mayor, you're right. And I'm looking at the flyer now. It is posted. We did post it on our City of Chester Facebook page. Sun Village Basketball Court Paint Party. It's Sunday, May 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you need, if you have some sketch ideas, you can email that information to dlee@chestercity.com, and those ideas have to be submitted by April 28th, which is this Thursday, April 28th.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing. And that really concludes our last direct agenda item or listed agenda item. Is there anything else that the committee would like to discuss before we adjourn?
Yes, there's another event that I want to see that I want to bring to the table. There's a small business networking event that's going to offer some grant opportunities, marketing opportunities, a professional photo shoot. That's held by our state representative. That's going to be held this Thursday as well, April 28th, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that's going to be on Avenue of the State. So it's been getting a good amount of feedback. Individuals have been reaching out to the city of Chester to try to get a lot of information. Those entrepreneurs, those individuals that's looking to see how they can get some additional funding, to see what type of assistance that they may be able to get from the state level and or the local level as well. So again, that's a small business networking event this Thursday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Avenue of the States.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Councilman, if you wouldn't mind, could you forward that to Mr. Deal? We'd like to share that through our resources as well.
Will do.
Thank you, everyone, the committee at large for this meeting. If there's nothing else, this meeting is adjourned. Have a good day.
Take care.
We take care.